Purple is my favourite colour, but clearly not the Pokemon companies, as these are all the encounters we can get in Pokemon Fire Red. You want me to use a Rattata? Or even a Ditto?
It's a no for me, dog.
To be fair though, we do have some strong encounters, but a lot of them are locked to the second half of the game. So with that being said, is it even possible to complete this purple only challenge with these stinkers? Let's find out. My starter options don't give me anything that appeared on the purple list, so I grabbed the coolest Kanto starter. This isn't up for debate and I am totally not biased at all, but with Blossom by my side, I head into the tall grass to get my real starter, Viola the Rattata. And although to the naked eye this may look like a basic Route 1 normal type, Viola is special, and I'll give you a one-word reason as to why. Guts. Brock has a clear advantage over me with his rock types, but with a stab move in Hyper Fang, which I just learned before the level cap, paired with the additional bonus of the chance to flinch and the ability Guts, Viola is a force to be reckoned with. I head back into the forest, find a Weedle and get poisoned. I then use potions to heal up, head to the gym, and with Viola at the level cap with a foolproof plan, what can go wrong? Normally my mentality here would be to use Tail Whip until the opponent's defense is low enough that I can one-shot it. But with Geodude having defense curl and Viola being poisoned, I'm kinda on a time crunch, so I decided to just go for an all-out Hyper Fang attack method. Geodude thankfully just uses defense curl until Viola manages to take it down. And because I have such a big brain, I got Viola close enough to the edge of the level cap so that when it knocks out Geodude, it will level up and its stats will increase, which will be vital when poisoned as every bit of HP counts. Onix comes in, and with 27 HP left after poison, we're looking to be in good shape. Another Hyper Fang from Viola brings Brock's Onix down to about a quarter, but Onix retaliates harshly with a hard-hitting Rock Tomb, which after poison damage leaves Viola on 14 HP. But those of you with a keen eye would have noticed the additional effect of Rock Tomb, and this lowers Viola's speed, meaning Viola can no longer outspeed. So this next hit may result in a wipe. If it was to land, that is, but because the tackle being 95% accurate, a miss means the end of Brock's gym challenge, because Viola can hit another Hyper Fang, leaving it below half, and then on the following turn Viola outspeeds? Weird, it must have been a speed tie. So another Hyper Fang leaves Onix on a slither, but yes, the speed issue is still there. I don't want to risk the speed tie, and if only I had another way to outspeed Onix. Oh wait, we just so happen to have the move for this exact occasion. And with a swift quick attack, Onix goes down, and thanks to my big brain, guts, and my RNG luck strategy, the first gym badge is now mine. With the first gym badge securely in my case, I venture on with one thing on my mind: expanding the team. Route 3 allows me to pick up Roxo, the Nidoran male, and Mount Moon gives me Purpur, the Zubat. Although mostly blue, Bulbapedia classes it as a purple Pokemon, which is absolutely fine by me. Heading through Mount Moon, I find a Moonstone conveniently placed, in Mount Moon. But I also pick up the Helix fossil. Hopefully this brings me some luck in this challenge. And with my Lord and Saviour in my bag, I exit Mount Moon with the same mentality. Route 4 is home to my last encounter until the second gym challenge, Lila the Ekans. And with my team fully stocked up, I head towards Nugget Bridge where my rival, you await. But unfortunately for you, it's a clean sweep with my starter Viola. But the only reason I was tackling this area of the game before Misty was because I mixed up my games and I thought that Venonat was here on Route 24, but that would happen to be in Let's Go. Whoops, looks like it's time for Misty's gym. Misty is a water type user and an irritating one at that, as both her Staryu and Starmie both have access to the move Recover, along with one super potion. My strat here is to use Viola to take down Staryu, and then get as much damage off on Starmie before it likely goes down. Because I'm not sure if you noticed, but Viola can't evolve, otherwise it stops becoming purple, and therefore won't be viable for this run. So I don't mind using her as a sack.
Until...
Oh, okay, a crit will do. No, you're actually joking me. Surely not. Surely my game isn't crashing here. You guys saw that, right? I actually got the gym badge. Well, I didn't get the gym badge, but I beat Starmie. Oh my god. I'm counting that, I don't care. Well, I won, okay, so... should we just move on? Yeah? Okay, cool, let's go. With Misty and mere memory, I explore north of Cerulean City. Lila evolves, and I come across a guy named Bill who turned himself into a Pokemon. So I help him with his experiment, and as a reward, I was given the SSN ticket. So it looks like I know where we're heading next. En route to Vermilion, I chef up one of my ops outside their yard. He patted me up the TM for the dig. Little pussy, or know your place, fam. Don't know what that was. Why is that in the script? Well, okay, apparently I was in my Roadman era there. Once I'm in Vermilion, I'm able to flash the ticket man. With my ticket, I'm not just flashing in my rival is on board the ship and proceeds to get wiped by Viola once again, despite their illegal Raticate. But Viola knows she's top rat, along with Lila's support. With viewers running away with their tails between their legs, I continue my thieving habits and pick up the HM for Cut. Before taking on the electric specialist, there is a clear strategy I can take advantage of here, and that is to evolve Nidorino into Nidoking, and use the newly acquired TM for Dig on him. So let's see how we do in this gym fight. I mean, who are we kidding? I have a fully evolved Pokemon with a base stat of 505 with Stab Dig. We one-shot Surge's whole team. That's it. Let's move on. Gym number 4 is in Celadon City, which is a fair distance away. So after definitely not using a guide to make my way through Rock Tunnel, I end up in Lavender Town. And then after running at the speed of sound, I enter Celadon City. But due to the level cap of Erica's strongest Pokemon and no new encounter obtainable without over leveling, I have no choice but to take on Gym 4 straight away. Purple hasn't seen much of the action since adding her to the team, so this gym is perfect time to display her strengths. And despite getting paralyzed and shafted left, right and center, she single-handedly sweeps Erica's team with wing attack after wing attack, which not only gives me the 4th gym badge, but the TM for Giga Drain, and also a new level cap of 43? That's a massive jump, which can only mean story stuff. Great.
We start off by picking up the HM for Fly and the coin case from the man in the cafe, heading into the secret base inside the game corner, defeating the Team Rocket leader, which earns me the Silph Scope, which can take me back to Lavender Town, where I make my way through the field of Ghost Pokemon, which I decide I should add one of which to my team, who I name Morado, which swiftly evolves into Haunter. I then save this old man sitting at the top of the tower, who thanks me with a Poke Flute, which can be used to wake up a sleeping Pokemon. And speaking of which, with the Poke Flute in hand, I head down towards Fuchsia City and the next gym, wake up a sleeping Snorlax, run away like a little pussy, add a Venonat who evolves into a Venomoth to the team, which now means I can finally have a full team of 6, and with that in mind, I make my way to Fuchsia City and the 5th gym.
Whew, that was a lot. Now you may think, Pixelate, you're in Fuchsia City. Time for the gym fight, right? I mean, that's what I said, so, well, yeah, I did, but the issue is, Koga and Sabrina have the same level cap, and I still need to take on all the Silph Co stuff, so, fine. Might as well pick up the TM for Psychic whilst I'm here, I guess. I make my way to the top of Silph Co Tower and find Giovanni trying to pull a Luigi, and for some reason this doesn't sit right with me, so I challenge him to a battle. He starts with a Nidorino and I send him my newly acquired Venomoth, Par, and after a few side beams, Giovanni's Pokemon goes down with no issue. A Giga Drain one-shots the next Pokemon in Rhyhorn, which brings in Kangaskhan. It goes for a fake out, but due to Venomoth's ability Shield Dust, Par doesn't flinch, meaning I can get off a poison powder before switching into Morado, which is immune to any normal type moves that may come her way. Then with a combination of Confuse Ray damage and Psychic, Kangaskhan also falls to my big brain strats, which brings in Giovanni's ace, Nidoqueen. But his ace can't withstand 2 powerful Psychic attacks from Morado, securing the victory and rewarding my heroic efforts with a Master Ball, which I likely won't be using. In celebration of beating Giovanni, Morado felt a surge in strength, and definitely not performance enhancing code changing manipulation, and evolved into Gengar. The new power really comes through as she proceeds to one-shot Kadabra, Mr. Mime, Alakazam, and finally Venomoth, which I would confidently say this was the easiest gym battle yet. But nothing like keeping the ball rolling with another gym battle. Let's take on Koga. Now this next gym battle won't be nearly as easy and required me to devise such a strategic and complex plan that I'm going to try and explain it. So bear with me here. To put it simply, I selected the move Psychic and just kept tapping A. And yeah, that was it. Gym badge number 6. I bet you're glad I explained the plan here. God damn, Morado is on a winning streak here. Let's see if we can continue that. Gym 7 is on Cinnabar Island. Did you hear that? Island. Now, how am I going to get to the island? The SSN doesn't go that way, and it's already left, but luckily for me, by heading to the furthest point in the Safari Zone, I am rewarded with the HM for Surf. I also find some gold teeth on the floor, clearly some Big Don lost his grills, so I give them back to him in return for the HM for Strength. With Nidoking able to ride some gnarly waves, I'm able to head to Cinnabar, but before I do, I head to Pewter, where I faced my first challenge of this run. I then head into the museum where I'm able to pick up the old Amber, which I can revive at the Fossil Resurrection Center on Cinnabar. With my new Pterodactyl revived and taught the HM for Fly, we head to Vermilion where I didn't get an encounter until now, that being Violet the Shelder. I won't be evolving her until level 50 where she learns Ice Beam, but that won't be detrimental, as for now I have Tim the Aerodactyl and Roxo the Nidoking, who will be able to handle Blaine's fire types without breaking a sweat. I head back to Cinnabar and head into the old mansion, where I pick up a Weezing who I name,
Ljubičast.
Yep, Julbcast. That's what I thought, who would then complete the Jesse and James Kanto duo on my team. But in this mansion, I also find the secret key to open the doors to the 7th gym. Speaking of which, my method here is to rely on the physical and special split, as water type moves are special, so when Pokemon like Growlithe and Arcanine come in to lower my attack stat with Intimidate, using Surf won't have any of its stats affected. With that being said, I use my Surf to take out Growlithe and Ponyta in one clean sweep. Rapidash doesn't go down as easy though and survives in the red, but thanks to Roxo's beefy stats, it's able to tank out some of the attacks and waste Blaine's Hyper Potions until Roxo finishes off Rapidash with a Brick Break, leaving Blaine's ace Arcanine, who lowers Roxo's attack on entry. I'm able to get off another Surf, leaving Arcanine below half, before Arcanine misses its Fire Blast. But to save yet another single-handed sweep of the gym, I switch into Tim, who tanks a Fire Blast on entry and finishes Blaine off with an Ancient Power. Now, only one gym badge stand between me and the Elite Four. I head to Viridian City and enter the gym only to find Giovanni? What? I'm so shocked. No way. What? I mean, we all kind of knew, right? But before I do that, let's recap the team. Mirado the Gengar, Tim the Aerodactyl, Purple the Golbat, Roxo the Nidoking, Jillibekas the Wheezing, I still don't know how to pronounce that, and Violet the newly evolved Cloyster, who will be leading this battle in my final gym challenge. And I'm glad I get to use this Pokemon, as originally I was kind of disheartened that I wasn't able to use Starmie, as it is exclusive to Leaf Green, but as you'll see in this battle, Violet is no pushover. She manages to one-shot Rhyhorn? Okay, the last gym should be a Rhydon, but okay. Nidoqueen and Nidoking and... Oh my god, Dugtrio outspeeds! Oh my god, 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 oh my god. Oh! Violet is such a tank that she manages to brush off the incoming Earthquake and take down Dugtrio with ease, securing me the final gym badge, meaning I can finally head to the Elite Four. Although I took down Giovanni and conquered all of the gyms in Kanto, my rival, you guys, want to test my strength. You start the battle with Pidgeot and I send in Roxo because I have taught him a move specifically to cover my water and flying weakness in Shockwave, a strong electric type move that can't miss, and its strength is proven as it crits Pidgeot and takes it down in one hit. Alakazam comes in, and after my experience battling you guys, I've come to realize that Alakazam always likes to set up either with Future Sight or Calm Mind, and of course it's the latter, meaning that Roxo can one-shot Alakazam with a Mega Horn, bringing in Gyarados. This is the main reason I taught Shockwave, and although quite effective, Shockwave doesn't manage to take out the water flying type, so it counts back with a hard-hitting Hydro Pump doing massive damage, but thankfully I can take it out on the next turn with another Shockwave. Charizard is next in, and with the level advantage and Roxo being low on HP, this is looking kinda scary, so I switch into Tim on a Flamethrower, which does a respectable amount before Tim can outspeed on the following turn and one-shot Charizard with an Ancient Power. My luck continues though as I get the Omni Boost, but I don't make use of it as Rhyhorn comes in, so I switch into Violet on a soft Rock Blast. One Surf later and Rhyhorn is down, and a single Ice Beam manages to rid of your final Pokemon Execute, winning us the fight and meaning I can head into Victory Road. I exit through the end of Victory Road without taking on a single trainer, and definitely not following a guide. But I'd like to take this time, if you made it this far in the video, to say that I appreciate you massively. I hope you're enjoying this video. I've had a ton of fun filming, scripting and editing it. But now let's check over the team I'm going to be taking on the 5 strongest trainers in the region with. My final team for the Elite Four and Champion consists of Roxo the Nidoking with Brick Break, Surf, Flamethrower and Mega Horn. A good variety of moves that should be able to tackle anything. I do have Earthquake in my bag in case I change my mind down the line though. Violet the Cloyster with Surf, Protect, Ice Beam and Supersonic. Not the greatest moveset, but she's here to do 2 things. Surf and Ice Beam anything in her way. Purple the Golbat with Bite, Poison Fang, Confuse Ray and Wing Attack. Tim the Aerodactyl with Fly, Hyper Beam, Steel Wing and Ancient Power. Pars the Venomoth with Aerial Ace, Psychic, Toxic and Giga Drain, which I picked over Arbok because apart from all the physical stats, Venomoth was clearly a better Pokemon. And finally, Mirado the Gengar with Thunderbolt, which I got from the game corner. Legally, you know, not through gambling at age 10. Psychic, Confuse Ray and Shadow Bore. And with my strong purple team at the level cap and ready to kick ass and take names, there's nowhere else to go apart from forward into victory. Let's do this. Lorelei is a nice specialist and starts the battle off with her Dugong, who lives a Thunderbolt from a Mirado and sets up a Hail. Knowing Lorelei will use a potion the next turn, I use a Shadow Ball for chip damage and finish off Dugong with a Thunderbolt. Slowbro enters the battlefield next and gets hit to under half with a Shadow Ball, but this also lowers its special defense, but it then goes back up thanks to its move Amnesia. Hail continues to chip away at our health, but Slowbro doesn't stick around much longer due to Mirado's Shadow Ball taking it down. Lapras comes in shortly after, and unsure on who to switch into, 2, I decide to stay in and try out my RNG with a Confuse Ray. It was in vain though, as it hits through the first with an Ice Beam, survives in yellow on the following turn after getting zapped by a Thunderbolt, and then breaks out of confusion to hit Marauder down to 3 HP with Surf. A held berry then gives Lapras some HP back, but thankfully Marauder outspeeds and finishes off Nessie with a Thunderbolt. Cloyster then comes in next, and Pars is the only Pokemon who can withstand attacks from Cloyster, which is proven as it tanks a dive. It then goes back and forth with Pars evading my attacks thanks to its double protect luck, but eventually a toxic poison and mischievous clam. Pars is then able to land a Psychic doing huge damage and lowering Cloyster's defense as it sets up spikes. Lorelei has yet another potion to fully restore its clam's health, but thankfully a Giga Drain one-shots Cloyster and brings Pars back up to full health, ready to take on Jinx. I wanted to see how well Giga Drain would do against Jinx, but it does pitiful damage as it smacks back with an Ice Punch. So I test out Psychic and it does unsurprisingly less damage before being put to sleep. I switch into Violet, and after an exchange of Ice Punches and Surf, Violet comes out on top, winning me the first battle of the Elite Four Gauntlet, but not without a few close calls. Bruno should be the easiest out of the 4, consisting of 2 Onyxes and 3 fighting types. I start with Pars and one-shot the Rocky Snake with a Giga Drain before Hitmonchan comes in. It survives the Psychic and lands a Rock Tomb, which to my surprise done less than I had thought. Knowing Bruno will heal up, I hit an Aerial Ace and a Psychic combo to take down Groot if it was a cheerleader boxer. Machamp enters the ring next and survives a Psychic, but lowers my speed with a Scary Face. A held berry then restores its health to above half. It then lands a Cross Chop, taking Pars into the yellow, but she shakes it off and lands a big Psychic, finishing off Bruno's ace. Hitmonlee then comes in, but with Pars weak, I switch into Marauder for free on a Mega Kick. She then hits a Psychic but barely doesn't take out Hitmonlee. It then gets off a Foresight, meaning fighting and normal type moves can now hit Marauder. A full restore heals up Hitmonlee before it goes down to a combination of Psychic and Thunderbolt. For some reason, like I mentioned earlier, Bruno has 2 Onyxes, and although I just mentioned Foresight, apparently I lack that skill and stay in, and after hitting a Shadow Ball, Marauder eats a Double Edge before finishing off the second Elite Four member with a Psychic. See, that wasn't too difficult. So do you remember like a minute ago when I said, and I quote, Bruno should be the easiest out of the 4, consisting of 2 Onyxes and 3 fighting types? Well, in all honesty, I'm writing the script after each battle, and I did not expect Marauder to absolutely decimate Agatha's team. She is a menace and one-shots every single one of Agatha's team. That's it. No one's even getting the chance to answer back. That is it. Commentary over. Time for Lance. I don't know, man, maybe my team's like mega OP, or I'm lucky, or my brain is just so fucking big that I thought of everything, but well, yeah, Marauder one-shots both Gyarados and Aerodactyl with a Thunderbolt each. I then switch into Violet as Lance's Dragonite sets up a safeguard, so you know how it be, 3 Ice Beams later, and the Elite Four is over with. Yeah, I'm as surprised as you guys are. Who expected Lorelei to be the hardest in the Elite Four? Not me, that's for sure. Well, let's take on the champion, who just happens to be... you. If you ruin this run, I swear to f***ing God, I'll absolutely murder you. I'll ring your f***ing throat. I'll actually I apologize. That was uncalled for. So, should we just get to the battle? I have had many battles with you, the viewers. I have come out on top every time. Do you really expect this time to be any different? I use Marauder's insane special attack to take down Pidgeot and Gyarados with a Thunderbolt, but then comes in your newly evolved Exeggutor, and this is where shit gets rough. A Shadow Ball doesn't even do half before being put to sleep with Sleep Powder, so I opt to switch it into Tim as Exeggutor sets up a light screen. But of course, my Fly attack misses, and then we get put to sleep. I try to stay in and wake her up, but oh god no, why would that work? A couple of Giga Drains later and Tim is fighting for her life. I swap into Roxo on a Giga Drain, she tanks it and responds with a quad effective Mega Horn. You'd think that's where the trouble stops, but no. No. Just because I managed to one-shot Rhydon with Surf doesn't mean we're smooth sailing, pun intended. Charizard singes Roxo and survives the Surf. I have no safe switching, so naturally Roxo has to take one for the team, and I hope that Fire Blast misses. But why would it do that? Roxo falls, resulting in my first death. Oh no, but don't worry, because apparently Violet can't handle the heat either, and falls to a single Fire Blast. With a third of my team dead, and another third asleep, what do I do? Well, Purple makes her Elite Four debut, chimes in with a Confuse Ray, confusing Charizard. And to my surprise, it works. That's right, you guys can suck it. Purple then counters back with a massive Poison Fang, demolishing Charizard, and after 8 gym leaders, 4 Elite Four trainers, countless trainers, and too many battles with you to care about counting, I did it. I beat Pokemon Fire Red using only Purple Pokemon. Roxo and Violet didn't deserve to fall in this final battle, but their names and faces will forever live on in the Hall of Fame, along with the champion title that they rightfully deserve.